Tale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Today, which one? Oh, yeah. Today we will learn about how to keep our mind aloof from everything else during chanting. Art of keeping ourselves aloof during chanting. So I have made many acronyms. Why I make acronyms always? Because acronyms are very easy to remember. And even while walking, going, coming, you can keep remembering them. And when you remember the acronyms, then you remember the examples. And then it can be brought to practical action very easily. So I'll just share with you just a minute. So it's called as Art of Letting Go and Keeping Aloof from Distractions. I have been speaking it many years ago, probably this, I had spoken 10 years ago, and then there was a very elaborate article from that. These acronyms are made. So one by one we will remember the acronym, and then you can grasp it, and then we will discuss about it, okay? See, one of the greatest art of good chanting means let go. It's the essence of inner freedom. Actually, many people think in this world that by accumulating more and by having more control over others, we will get freedom. That is actually an illusion. By accumulating more, our anxiety is also increased. And by controlling others, our anxiety is increased because others also try to control back. So the first essence of inner freedom means let go. This let go is a very important topic in Bhagavad Gita. That means being responsible with detachment. These two words are like opposite words. Somebody thinks, how do you say I should be responsible but not have that, tendency to control or possess? That's what Krishna says, that you should be responsible while being detached. Generally, people have a notion that if I am detached, then I should be careless. No, we should be responsibly detached. So we will see that how we do that. We will discuss these 5 items. See, the first one is leave ego. Everybody in this world thinks that I was the first one to do this and nobody else was there, and nobody else can do this. Everyone should agree with me. This kind of thoughts, when we get this kind of thoughts, this is actually called false ego. If you don't leave the false ego, that is like a kind of disease in the mind. So this false ego swallows a lot of time. Not only your physical time, it also consumes your mind also. Like imagine somebody by mistake said that somebody else did a service, whereas you did the service. Isn't it? It's very painful for the false ego. How dare they told he did the service and I did the service. So in this way, then you write a letter to them or message to them and they reply back. Then you had spoken sharp words and then they got affected, they were crying, and then you had to pacify them. You wrote another letter to them back saying that I didn't mean this, my intention was this, and they write back to you and you visit their home and they visit your home and they form a group, you form. Actually, a lot of things can happen in this. So, therefore, the very first thing we are talking is about the false ego driven thoughts. They carry away our mind. So, several meetings are held in ISKCON, even at the top level leaders sometimes. Lot of time goes in cancelling each other's energies. But if we really are intelligent, we will put aside our false ego and will not mind, taking a humble role by which, we go on and on with our Krishna consciousness. Yes, Sundaranand Prabhu?
Sorry for
yeah.
Somebody's recording.
No, here our Vaishnav Shanpu is recording.
Oh.
And the mobile is recording. He'll publish this. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the first thing. Like you can see how Lord is letting go of the credits. For example, the Lord is helping Arjuna and telling, Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samriddham mayaiva yete nihita purvameva nimittamatram bhavasavya. Arjuna, I have already killed all these warriors in the battle. I will show you in my time factor that Kala Rupa and Vishwarupa both Krishna showed. In the Kala Rupa he showed that Jayadratha, Duryodhana, Dushasana all are going into the mouth of Kala Rupa. And Krishna said, I already killed them. They will be revealed in 12th day, 14th day, 18th day it will come. I will unfold it. But you become a nimitta instrument in my hand and you kill them. And then you take the credit for killing them, he said. I will do it, but credit I will give to whom? To Arjuna. Well, somebody may think, okay, credit he is giving, but at least the kingdom he will take. No, kingdom also you take. That means gross credit and subtle credit. Both Krishna gave it away. That is called let go. As we become more and more senior devotees, we should make arrangements for the junior devotees to succeed. And when they succeed, we have to clap hands. That is a good leader. So, good leader means, like many times the junior devotees, they borrow many things from the seniors. And then they may sometimes say or do things as if they did it. Okay, we don't mind it. Okay, take the credit. And I also clap hands with many others. So by letting go, because ultimately the monopoly for everything is in only Krishna's hands. He is the ultimate creator of everything, isn't it? By adopting this let go quality, our mind will be a lot more peaceful. Like, there was one devotee A and who brought B to Krishna consciousness. So, but newcomer did not know. He asked A, Prabhuji, did B bring you to Krishna consciousness? He asked because he didn't know how senior. Yeah. So this can be a very painful question for the false ego, correct? Na? Like once His Holiness Bhaktirasa Maharaj came to Japa temple. In the kitchen, one new devotee had come there. He asked Maharaj in the kitchen, Maharaj, now are you coming first time to this temple? He was asking. He was not aware, he was a very young boy. Actually, Maharaj was the first president in the temple, 1987. And he was 87 to 95, he was the president there. And then he was sent to Belgaum. And this boy is asking, Maharaj, you know this temple Chapati? Are you coming first time? He's asking. So sometimes it can be very painful for our ego and we hear such things from people. Actually, Krishna also brings such people in front of us to purify us sometimes. So one has to learn the art of cultivating, let go, leave ego. Second is expectation free. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, humility means no expectations from anybody, he says. Detachment. You see, the Pandavas were ruling the world in the mood of a servant. And as soon as Krishna left, they renounced the world instantly. So second point is E is for expectation free. So Pandavas were like puppets in Krishna's hands. When Krishna told them, wear a helmet and wear costly garments and ornaments and board a golden chariot and let's go and meet Bhishma. They dressed like that as kings. And when they were Krishna told them, now you go to forest for 12 years, they wore simple dress and went to the forest. So they were not actually attached to either the post of the king or they were not lamenting for their life in the forest. In whatever situation Krishna put them in, they thought this is what will please Krishna. They accepted it. That's the meaning of expectation free. One day, we may get very simple chipped rice prasad for breakfast. Another day you may get very special item, some very attractive item to eat. A devotee doesn't mind whatever is supplied to me is Krishna's prasad. Correct? No? We accept it like that. So expectation free mind if we have, during chanting, no expectations will pop up in our mind because we cultivate expectation free mindset. Because if you don't have expectation only, then how are you going to demand anything? We don't demand anywhere. People make demands of others because they have expectations. We understand that Krishna knows what is good for me. We are convinced there is expectation free. Third is think like a spectator. Padmapatramivam basa. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, how can we think like a spectator? Brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyate nasa papena padmapatramivam basa. He is saying, the devotee of the Lord who is sheltered in the Lord, his mindset is like a spectator, an observer in this world. Say, you go to a shopping mall and say that, I renounce this TV, I renounce that fridge. If you start speaking like that, they will think this is a madman. This fellow is coming to shopping mall and he's renouncing everything. Nothing belongs to him in the first place. So similarly, you are just going to shopping mall as an observer. You move your eyes around and see what are the commodities. And if you want to purchase something, you'll purchase. And otherwise, you know very well in your heart that nothing belongs to me here. That's the way we should see the world around us. When we came in this world, did we bring anything with us? When we leave the world, will we carry anything with us? Then how can we claim anything to be ours? That's how the devotee thinks. So we should see the world like a spectator. Think like a spectator. How? An example Krishna gives. Like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. If lotus leaf has some wax or something, if you put some water drop on that, it just falls off. You've seen that? Like that, one should remain in this world aloof, be in this world but not of this world. That is the meaning of that. And that's the kind of detachment we should cultivate. So that is called as thinking like a spectator. And the fourth one, give credit to God. There was one driver in Pune. One program I had gone, our congregation program. At night, this fellow wanted to return early. By 9 o'clock he wanted to return. But we got a little late talking to people. It became 9:30. This fellow driver was a rash driver, little fast driver. So he sat in the driver's seat and he drove. Zoom, like that he drove very fast. And then when he turned the steering like this, steering, instead of a car going in the right, was going straight. And he was wondering why. And so many cars are going, buses are going, he got shocked. Fortunately, one good thing was the brake was working. So he put the sudden brake and the car stopped. Then I asked, hey, why are you going straight on the road instead of taking right? He said, Prabhuji, I am trying to turn right, but the steering is not connected to the axle. And it got disconnected, some problem. So he said, that is the first time he said in his driving life, the car was not in his control. I was telling, in the same manner, when you are young, we identify with the body very much. As you get older, slowly the body of the car, the body is like a car only. Slowly it will go out of control. You can see that. Body doesn't function the way we want it to function as we grow older. And some part of the body starts giving problem. So little by little one will realize that point. So here that's why he's saying here, give credit to God means many times when we do things, why does the pride arise? The pride arises because we are seeing that we are only doing it. It is happening by my hands, by my legs, by my intelligence, and that kind of idea we get when I'm doing something. So when we very carefully think how we are able to do anything we are supposed to. Let me ask a very simple question to you. Say, I come to, say, Satyasar Prabhu's house and I bat at the door like this. And then Prabhuji opens the door. So you can say, Satyasar Prabhu opened the door. Huh? Or you can say, Satyasar Prabhu's right hand opened the door. Or you can say, Satyasar Prabhu's right hand, thumb and this indicating finger, they opened the door. All three are correct or not? Correct. But out of the three, which one you generally say? First one is open, correct. Na? In the same manner, when two devotees are doing in a community some service, and above the two devotees, they are not on their own, they are a part of the community. And they are a part of this community. This is a community. In the community, there are 5 members, and 2 are doing the work, correct. No? And they have a president. Yes, Satyasar Prabhu is the president here. And Satyasar Prabhu is also connected to, his spiritual master and GBC. That's another one. Like that. And all this whole system is connected to ISKCON. I mean, ISKCON ultimately Krishna. Correct, no? We are all whose part and parcel? Krishna. So you can say that these 2 devotees in this community did service, we may say that. But then from a North American GBC, they will say that, Satyasar Prabhu's project is doing wonderful work. They may say like that. Or sometimes when GBC is made, they may glorify his spiritual master. Maharaj, one of your disciples is doing well. That time they may say that, Maharaj, you are doing so many wonderful things. They will say, Maharaj did it. And finally they will say, the outside world will not consider anything. ISKCON is doing some good work, they will say. Correct or not? Finally, ISKCON means what? Krishna, correct? Ultimately. So if somebody says, Krishna did it, correct? So somebody may say, why are you bringing Krishna? I did it, somebody says. These 2 fellows are arguing, we did it. Correct? No? Yes, you did it because you are connected to this community. Otherwise, independently, we will be asar. Correct? No? So if we can understand this principle, that we all are able to do something because we are part and parcel of Krishna. Like you see my hand now, right hand, the hand can count. If somebody comes to attack me, I can punch on their nose also. Or I want to grasp something, I can grasp. Is it not true? So many things we can do with the hands. So if some object is falling on me, I can stop it also. So many things the hand can do. Our hand can play mridanga. The hand can play, table tennis. The hand can play harmonia. So many things we can do with the hand. Somebody is noticing me that if I put my hand outside the window, somebody is saying the hand has a lot of capability. Let me cut and take it. If they cut and take it home, can they do anything with the hand? No. That means if a jiva is cut off from a community, or if a jiva is cut off from Krishna, if a jiva is cut off from the Guru Parampara and all, then the jiva has no power. Correct, no? So therefore we should know that all these abilities we all carry comes ultimately from Krishna. So we should always remember this fact, I am part and parcel of Krishna. So because I am part of Krishna, if I do something, if somebody gives credit directly to Krishna, one should not feel bad. Or let me put it even more easily. Instead of giving credit to Krishna, if somebody gave credit to your spiritual master. For example, in one GBC meeting they were saying, Maharajas, do you know His Honor Radhanath Swami has sent devotees to Kanpur temple? We are very happy. So somebody may wonder, when did Radhanath Swami send devotees to Kanpur temple? But he sent from Pune temple. And then they may not say Radheshyam Prabhu sent devotees. They may not say. They may say in the meeting, Radhanath Swami is sent because I am his disciple. And then now they may say me, but then there are many devotees below me who also worked to send those people. So there are multiple layers of people who may act. But the credit, if it is given to Krishna or the GBC or ISKCON, we should not feel that where is my name? One should not think like that. That is why we should learn to be expectation free, I said earlier. And here the point is, give credit to Guru and God. That's why every day we practice this. All glories to assembled devotees. Again, 3 times we say, correct? No? And then we say, finally what we say? All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Then somebody may ask, what about me? Where is it? Mind may be saying, isn't it? Why we don't give any credit to ourselves? We also do something, correct? No? But why we don't give any credit to ourselves? Because without even giving credit to ourselves, automatically assume credit. Therefore, that is not spoken. Because Shastras know very well that we will take credit. That's why Shastra says that you don't have to say that. Without that, you say the other things. Other things don't come naturally. That's why give credit to God. That's the point. Then, own nothing mentally. So, say, I'll give you an example for this. How to not own anything mentally. This is a very important point. We have to learn from Bhishma Pitama, this quality. What is it? Say one of your friends came and gave you a big stereo tape recorder. And then he asked, I'm going to India for 3 months in the summer vacation with my children. So I'll come back and take it. But it was just sleeping at home, this tape recorder. I'll leave it with you. So you can enjoy it. If you want to hear it, you can use it. But then when I come back, you have to give me back, like that they have said. Now you are keeping the stereo, daily you are playing some songs and that, and it's very fine stereo, high quality stereo. I've seen that sometimes. Daily you hear, and then you get used to it, enjoying it, using that. And when that fellow comes back after 3 months, what is likely to happen? Yeah, you have to give it back, but our mind may be feeling that, oh, I don't want to miss it. He may ask him, hey, would you like to give it as a gift to me? Somebody may ask, correct? He would say, it's a very costly one. It's very costly. I never thought you'll ask it as a gift. So why he is asking as a gift? Because he has become attached. That's the problem. Or you are keeping it, and then when the fellow comes to take it back from you, you say, oh, you want that stereo? You see, my small school-going kid, he took it to the other room. Let us go and see what is happening there. And then you find one of the speakers in this side, one is on that side, is opened the back side, and he's pulled out the wires and chips and everything. And that fellow is shocked. I gave you as a proper stereo. What is happening? I think my son is going to become an electronics engineer in future, I think. He always likes to open the machines and see what is inside. Sorry, this bits and pieces of parts only are remaining. Please take it and go, if you say. That means where we have failed? We didn't protect it. We didn't preserve it. We have been careless about it. These are the two extremes of the pendulum. One is being careless, another is becoming attached. Shastra says, especially Gita says, don't do either of this extreme. Don't become attached, don't become careless, he says. Then what should we do? Okay, if he gave you a stereo, keep it with you, preserve it, you can use it, but it is not yours. When the person comes back, give it back to him safely. As he gave you, you have to give it back like that. This is the mood in which Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing that famous song. Manasa deho geho yo kichu mor arpilu tuva pade Nanda Kishore. Very beautiful song it is, isn't it? He's saying, my mind, my body, and my home, and my relatives, my friends, and all that I possess, I am offering it to you, my dear Lord. He's saying. Why? But you only gave me all these things. I'm giving it all back to you. Like we say, no, tera tujuko arpana, kya lage mera, we say, no? It's like taking Ganga water and offering it back to Ganga. So we should always be in that mood that Krishna is giving me some things which don't belong to me, and I have to return it back to him. Like Krishna has given you wife, children, family members, house, car, laptop, everything. Now one should see how to connect all these things to Krishna. Like one newly wedded couple came, his wife was not a devotee, husband is a devotee. So husband told his wife to be outside in another room. He said, I'll just talk to Prabhuji and come. So then he closed the door and said, Prabhuji, his wife is not a devotee. I am trying to push her to become a devotee. I want her to at least start with 4 rounds. So within 2 months, I want to bring her to 16 rounds. I am already a 16 round. I am almost ready for initiation. But when I took her for one of the Krishna Katha programs where there was a 2 to 3 hour program. The very first program she came, she got shocked. Your classes are so big, 2 hours, 3 hours class. And there was an advanced subject, some Bhagavatam discussion for senior devotees. She said, you go for the program, I don't want to come, 2 long programs. She didn't like it, he was telling. I said, that's a big mistake you did, I told him. That when you introduce a newcomer, you have to be very careful. You could have taken her to some Mataji and introduced to her. Whichever Mataji is very caring and loving and everything. Initially, a newborn child requires breast milk, correct, no? Then after that also they give Cerelac or something like Farex or something they give. Then they slowly start chapati, rice and imagine you make a paratha and put it in the mouth of a newborn baby. Huh? Can he eat paratha? It has no teeth only. So sometimes suddenly a newcomer comes for a very big advanced program, they cannot take it. So I told him that you put her in touch with the Mataji. Bringing your wife to Krishna consciousness is not your job, it is that Mataji's job. Then he asked, then what am I supposed to do? You set a good example, that's all. You set a good example of being a devotee, and then you also, support her like a husband. But Krishna consciousness, you don't try to bring, somebody else will bring. He was surprised, this is a new philosophy, I never knew this. He said, I thought that as a husband I should make her Krishna conscious. So 6 months later he said, Prabhuji, my wife has come to 16 rounds. He was shocked, I couldn't believe how. Because he played the role of husband and that Mataji guided her very nicely and engaged her in service, took her to temple, called her for her meetings and everything, and then she became a devotee very easily. So, but what is the reason why I told you this? We have to be like a spectator in this world. And all the commodities given to me, how to effectively use them in Krishna service. Now the way he was trying to engage his wife in Krishna consciousness was by force, and that would have led to rejection. Correct, no? But later on he adopted a method by which he could bring her to Krishna consciousness. Similarly, we all should think how everything that I have, how it can be effectively utilized. See, the meaning effective means, efficient and effective are not same. Like for example, one man, he gives donation to temple, but he will make sure that the donation is properly used. Like one man gave a sumo to our temple. He said, Radheshyamji, I need a regular report on where all the sumo went and how many books you distributed. I don't want to give a vehicle which will be sleeping in your temple. And if I found it sleeping, I'll take it back. So devotees naturally became afraid. We have to be careful. We have to use it if some gift is given to the temple. So that's effective, correct, no? Effective use of anything given. Similarly, here the point is said here, if you see, own nothing mentally means if tape recorder a friend has given you, care for it and return it without attachment. And we don't own it, it's owned by Krishna. So make sure that everything that Krishna has given you, you give it all back to him. And by understanding it belongs to Krishna, at the same time you have to care for it. Somebody may say, why to care, Prabhuji? For this anyway, I am not owning it. It's not mine. Somebody may say, that's the real thing. You have to care for it as if, it is yours. This philosophy is again Bhagavad Gita philosophy, this point also. See, there was a Mistri, mason. He made many, many houses for one landlord. Probably 50, 60 houses he made in different places. And then this mason was getting old. He was like close to 60. He one day went and told the Jamindar that I'm going to retire now. Enough of all my work now. My sons have grown up and all, and they will do other things. So I am free now, I want to retire. So the landlord said, oh really? I at least wanted you to build one house, but the mason wasn't ready. He was lethargic. But then when the landlord insisted, I have a property, one plot of land. I want to make a beautiful big bungalow in that. And then make that one bungalow, that will be your last, then you can relax, he told him. The man agreed hurriedly, he did the work. Within 3 months he finished the work, then gave the key to the landlord. And the landlord gave back the key to him and said, see, you all your life you did so much good work for me. I want to gift you something. This house is my gift to you. Yeah. Lord, the man was shocked. He said, why you didn't tell me before? And Jamila said, what is the problem? Oh, I used simply more sand and less cement. And I didn't do the work very good. I put simple wood for the doors and everything. Earlier, if you told me that it's for me, I would have done it. All kinds of best things you would have put, correct, no? So this man regretted that, alas, now I have to live in a simple house. He would have spent 4 times the money if Jamindar told him in advance, it's for you. So what was foolish about this man was, he thought that if it is for Jamindar, I will do low quality work. If it is for me, I will do high quality work. Like that he thought. This is what is our problem. We should do Krishna's work as if it is our work. And the same way, while doing with devotees also, if we are responsible for some devotee for something, we should take it as our own work. We should do it. That's the point here, the last point here in this. If you see, own nothing mentally means, although the tape recorder is not yours, it's given by the friend, you should care for it as if it is your own. And then when he comes, you have to return it without attachment. See, like one student is taking another student's, bike or something. If the bike gets punctured, can he silently keep it and give back the key? Or should he repair it? Yeah, why? He may say, it's not my bike, it is his bike, let him repair. Can he say that? No, why he can't say that? Any reason? He gave it for use to him. He has given it for using. So he should feel it as his own obligation. It's my obligation. I took it for my use. So how can I not repair and give it? So some students, somehow or other, that common sense is not there. They think my work is over now, so give it to me. They think like that. So that is the point. He says we have to care for Krishna's commodities, whatever he has given us. Such a devotee, everything in this world, wherever a devotee sees, unnecessarily he will not misuse any energy of Krishna. Prabhupada saw in one form that water tap was open. Prabhupada was walking and then he went and closed the tap. Prabhupada said, Krishna's energy should not be wasted unnecessarily. So we should see that the whole world is Krishna's property and everything should be in order. And we should not, whatever is given to us, we should use it and return back to Krishna without any attachment. Actually, I am telling about gross possessions. But own nothing mentally means during chanting, because we have that possessive mentality, we get disturbed in chanting. You can remember this 5 things. L for leave ego. E for expectation free, which means free, one cultivates detachment, like the Pandavas. T for think like a spectator, like a drop of water on a lotus leaf. And G for give credit to God. So Krishna is the doer. It is called as going from doership to divine, we call it. Didi, we call it. So doership to divine. We have to move our consciousness from doership to divine. Doership means I am the doer, to Krishna is the doer. Krishna is in control. One should know that. Actually, the moment we understand Krishna is the doer, so I was telling one nice example for that, isn't it? Yeah, that is, 2 fingers, correct, no? 2 fingers opening door. Example. So that's the example I gave. Giving credit to God. Ultimately, because we are connected to God, we are able to do something. Like Prabhupada asked, who gave the brain to Einstein? Did Einstein create his own brain and open his skull and put it inside? He didn't do that. Krishna gave him the brain. So therefore Prabhupada said, give God the Nobel Prize. Prabhupada said, because God gave him brain, so why are you giving Nobel Prize to somebody else? Let God get the Nobel Prize. So this is about the let go. And I have more formula like this. In another future section I can speak on it. But now let us take some questions on this let go. We can try to capture this in your mind and keep it. Leave ego, expectation free, think like a spectator, give credit to God, and own nothing mentally. Any questions? Yeah. There's one question. Okay, Divya Manji, tell me,
In any situation, something, if we don't like, something can suddenly happen in our circle. How to give up that in a maturity way, how to leave that and ignore and in your circle, somebody can say something in our circle, something suddenly we can't accept that, but how to control it and
Yeah, actually you are asking a question exactly in line with what you are talking today. Because of too much involvement in this world, Our mind is too much preoccupied with the worldly things. We are worrying about, me and my friend and my circle. So here is where the let go can be applied. See, we are far into this world. You understand the point? No? Why are we far into this world? Because we belong to Goloka, correct? No? We belong to spiritual world. But we have come into this world for some period of time, say for some few years. So we have to go back. Just like, say, your home is in one city, and then you're going to another city for some on duty, correct? No? The company books some hotel for you. You stay there for 3 days and then go and do your work. And then after 3 days, you check out of the hotel and then go back to your native place, correct? No, go back to your place where home. In the same manner, we all belong to a home which is Goloka, but we have come to Bhuloka, which is a foreign place for us. If we always keep this in mind, I am not permanently here. I am just coming here. And then I have to go back. Then these situations in this world are not very important for us. Even if somebody said something, okay. This is like for example, you are playing, say like a child is playing, making a sand castle in an ocean beach. So he is making a big sand castle, he's making windows, he's making doors, he's thinking it's my castle and all that, and then a big ocean wave comes, that washes it away. And the child is loudly crying, that I made a sand castle, it's washed away. It's very painful for us when we are small children. But then the mom comes and says, hey, it's getting late now, getting dark, let's go home. You just dust off your hand and then go with the parents. Think about it. At that time, you will realize that our relationship with the seashore is very short-lived. And our relationship with parents is long-lasting, just like 80, 90 years. So out of the two, which is more important for you? Sandcastle or the parents? Yeah. You just go to Ocean Beach for a short time, isn't it? In the same manner, our relationship with the Lord in the spiritual world is like they are the real parents, Radha Krishna. And our relationship with material world, so material world is like a seashore. You come to the seashore, do some sandcastle. Somebody is an engineer, he's making engineering sandcastle. Somebody is a doctor sandcastle. He did some, some course and everything. He is meddling with some, apparatuses and instruments and everything, and doing some repair in the body and everything. Somebody is a chartered accountant, dealing with money. But this is like sandcastle, that's all. Because why this sandcastle? It doesn't remain forever. It's like 60, 70, 80 years, and then you dust off your hand. Somebody who is a doctor now can be engineer in next life, correct, no? Somebody is engineer now, can be chartered accountant in next life. Somebody can be doing one thing. So this is not a permanent situation. So you were asking a question now, if another girl said something and what should we think? Okay, we don't know why somebody speaks certain things which may hurt us, but the root is in our own karma. We have spoken or said something in the past to somebody, and that just comes back to us like throwing a ball on the wall comes back to me. Like that it comes. So I have personally also experienced that some people praise us, some people criticize us. Some people like us, some people hate us. So that's the world we are living in because we have done karma in the past which is coming back to us. Sometimes somebody encourages us, somebody discourages us. And somebody may look at us in such a manner that we will be deeply pained. They look at you as if you are non-entity. They can do that. So you better we keep away from such people because that may discourage our morale. On the other hand, associate with those who encourage you, uplift you, who are your well-wishers. And as soon as you get some bitter experience, you take a note of it. Okay, so-and-so is behaving like that, let me be careful. Because that person doesn't seem to be my well-wisher. If he's a well-wisher, he will not publicly make a comment like that. Rather, they will come to me and tell me some proper thing. So like that you can understand. So does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Prabhu, you can tell.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu, for
Thank
that
you.
5 things which is really crafted well.
Yeah.
I have a question on the last one, the final word go, right? Let it go warning. So I know you gave the beautiful example, like somebody came and gave a sumo to you, somebody gave the tape recorder. This, in the theme of let it go, first of all, why should we have to entertain this, spend our energy when there is no need for us. Example, I don't need a tape recorder. I don't need a sumo.
Yes.
If I want to do a book distribution, I can ask somebody to help me on that day. Rather, why should
We
I
want
have
it
to-
at all. Why should we take
why
it?
should I have to engage? Because I talk with my kids many times. They will teach me. I'm proud to say, why do you want to spend your energy when there is no necessary for you? So when I'm applying their principles here, why do I need to engage with the person who is giving tape recorder? Hey, I don't need tape recorder. Take it back. I don't need sumo.
Yeah.
My question is,
I will tell you why we have to take it. I will tell you the reason. Huh? You see,
let me finish.
Yeah.
So if I say no to them, whether I'm hurting that, let's say it comes from a devotee, okay? He's a hardcore devotee. If I say no, do I hurt their feelings and emotion? If I say no, do I hurt their feelings, emotions, their soul? Oh, Bala Prabhu is just mean guy. He always knows no. But they don't understand. Like, I don't need any of those things.
Okay.
That's all I want to.
okay, so say for example, somebody who has come to this world understands that this world is horrible and I should not become attached to anything. I should keep myself aloof. Somebody understands this very clearly in the very early stages. So you take the brahmachari life, for example. In brahmachari life, there are brahmacharis wear three types of dresses. One is the yellow, another one is white, and then saffron. Right now. So now yellow means holy, white means pure, and saffron means detached. So if somebody says that I have nothing to give and take with this world, I have everything to take and give and take only with God, then you don't need any commodities in this world for yourself. When what you're saying is correct, then one should not marry and one should not have bank balance. One should totally leave everything to God. We may just, study the Shastra and teach the Shastra. We may also, take only prasad. And then we don't worry about, storing money or anything like that. Yajan, Yajan, Patan, Patan, Dan, Pratigraha, we call it like that. One can live like that. What you said is correct. If I don't have any material desires in this world to execute, then why should I have anything to give and take with this world? I can keep myself aloof. So in that, there are two categories of people in that. One is called as a Jnani, one is called as a Bhakta. Now Jnani goes to Himalayas and he stays in Himalayas in the midst of the ice and he wants to detach himself and then attain moksha. That is the aspiration. And Bhaktas, they are taught in the Vaishnava Sampradaya that you should live in the heart of the city. You live in the midst of the world and then you help the suffering souls by preaching to them, going to schools, colleges, companies, homes. Because in Bhakti Path, you have to connect everybody to God, not that you worry about your own moksha. Because when we are going back to God, we also should inspire 1,000 more people to also connect with God and let them also go back. Because they are all like our brothers and sisters in this world. That's why we may live in the city and we do. Now, the jnanis think that any commodity in this world I accept, I may become attached. So better I don't touch any of them. And I go to Himalayas and stay aloof. Whereas a bhakta, he will accept everything of the world like a sumo, or he may accept a building, he may accept a car, he may accept a computer, he may accept all the facilities, but with the principle of nirbandha Krishna sambandhe, we call it, which means I will use this only for Krishna's service, not for my enjoyment. So by so doing, he pleases Krishna even more. Because Krishna sees that Jnani doesn't do any service. He is on moksha. Whereas a bhakta can live in the midst of the city, can accept everything, and he can use everything only in Krishna's service. So we accept it for Krishna's service. If something cannot be used in Krishna's service, we don't accept it. Yeah, we will say no to that. Now this is about the renunciate I'm telling. Now let us come to the family people. Those who are married and having children. Maybe over a period of 20, 30, 40 years of growing, one may develop a feeling, say one has become 40 years now. One is thinking, what is this life? It's horrible. There's quarrel with wife and children don't listen to us and they independently act and things like that. And even a family man develops detachment. At the same time, he has done Agnivalam and taking the wife's hand in his hand and he has gone around. So he has some responsibility. He has to take care of the wife and take care of children. So, if detachment develops in the mind of a householder man, what he would do is he goes to a saintly Vaishnava and then he takes a weekly program and then he sleeps early and rises early in the morning and performs spiritual life very seriously. He practices. And then along with that, whatever care has to be given for wife and children, he'll give that. He will not be attached to them, but at the same time, he will be affectionate enough that they don't feel that he's like a stone. So like for example, a child is dressing on a Diwali day and saying, Papa, today Diwali, I'm wearing new dress. He says, what is new dress? Everything is temporary in this world. You don't say like that. You may tell child, because child is excited about it. We may not be excited about it, but we still appreciate the child. Oh, you look very cute. You look very beautiful. You say that. Similarly, a wife may have a need to socialize because she cannot be just all the time chanting or sitting at home. Then you may have to take sometimes, go to a gathering where she gets to meet her other friends, socializes. And then she feels very happy that, my husband is a caring husband. He just doesn't, bother about his own things. Like Shiva is sitting under a tree, Parvati told him, Sati told him that, see, you don't need any socializing. You are happy with meditation. But I am not like that. I am seeing so many planes are going up in the sky. All the Devis and Devatas are going for the Vajpayee Yajna of my father, where everybody will be gathering. For them, such social gatherings are very important for her. So husband, despite his not liking, sometimes he may have to go for a social gathering just to please his wife. He may have to go. Why? Because in this world, once you marry and you have a family, you have some ties. And you have to take care of your spiritual life, at the same time fulfill your material duties to family also. Because if you go today to some function she is inviting, tomorrow you tell her to chant Hare, she will chant. It's like give and take. Relationships means give and take. It's like that. Children also, they have some needs. You provide their needs. And tomorrow they will be very appreciative that father is so kind. Then you call them to temple, they will come. Because you have some expectation from them, they have some expectation from you. So these things happen in a family. And then Shastra say when you cross 50, Panchasha Urdhvam Manam Brajet, they are saying. Because children have grown up at that time. So you can detach and attach. Detach from material and attach to spiritual, more and more. There, if a husband is taking off from, family interests and then telling his wife, allow me to just go to temple, I am daily going to go to Mangalarati. Daily I am going to attend the Bhagavatam class. And daily I am going to stay, all day in the temple and do services. No wife is going to stop you. Generally, family members feel very happy if the man goes to temple. Because sometimes the children feel that father is too much micromanaging. They say, but if children see that man has become spiritual minded, and children literally worship him. And many of children say, Papa is so nice, always with God. He doesn't trouble us. They feel like that. Because once they grow up like that. So you can be detached. I've seen many families like that, where the husband is busy in his service, wife is busy in her service. Because the romance and attraction for bodies and attraction for enjoyment, this may go like between 25 to 40 or something like that. But after that, bodies also give a lot of trouble, everybody's body. Then you develop detachment. So increase your spiritual attachments by the time. And in this way you can be detached. So there is a difference between brahmachari, sannyasi on one hand, it's called renounced order, and a grihastha. Now you may say that I don't want sumo, I don't want tape recorder, but Krishna has given you sumo tape recorder in the form of wife, children, family and job and everything, because you wanted it. If you didn't want it, he won't give it. Yeah. Actually, now you may not want it, but at that time you wanted it. That's what is given. So, but you have to carefully hand them over back to Krishna by you being Krishna conscious. Is it clear?
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Yeah. And yes, Paramatma Prabhu.
Hare Prabhu, I was just wondering, Prabhu, responsibility with detachment.
Correct.
Whether an example of the president ordering something to happen, subordinates may not listen, or a father instructing his son, he may not listen.
Correct.
With an example of King Vena
Hmm.
and he left everything.
Yeah.
So, I was just wondering, when subordinates don't listen, when the team members don't listen,
See, when subordinates and team members don't listen, we can understand that we have to change our tone. Say, for example, if you say, I am president telling you, are you going to do or not? That's one tone. Another tone is, Prabhu, this is very important for Prabhupada's mission. You see, Prabhupada will be very pleased if you all do it. And you are doing it, and I also will do along with you. And then there are also somebody who is going to help. I just want, I request you to be a part of this team. What do you think? Huh? They will say, wow, that's wonderful, Prabhu. You are going to do it. Others are also helping, and I will come. I will do my part, Prabhuji. I don't mind, they may say. So many a times, Prabhu, in my understanding, we have to improve our style of communication. And one is the communication with the mouth, another one is our tone and our attitude. One is the tone, another one is attitude. How we say what we say. Same thing how we speak. Like you see, Dronacharya, he went to Drupada's court and said, hey Drupada, do you remember in Gurukula days, you had promised me half your kingdom, better now give it to me now. Like that he spoke. And when Drupada heard it, he said, what? You are asking as if it is your father has, you inherited this property from your father. Huh? You're speaking like that. He called the minister and said, hey, give him a cow and send him off. He said, his tone is not proper, he said. Then Drona said, oh, you are going to give a cow and send me off? I don't need your cow. Get lost. I know how to get my half kingdom, he said. And then he went. And then you all know what he did. Huh? He sent the Pandavas to attack Drupada and then hold him a captive. And then when he was made a captive, Dronacharya told him, oh Drupada, it seems all your kingdom has become mine. If I want, I can sever your head from your body if I want now. Huh? I have the power, but I will spare your life. Ha ha ha, like that he laughed. Take half of your kingdom and get lost, he said. So Drupada not only, externally he behaved as if he was grateful to him, but internally he harbored malice. Huh? Oh, you're teasing me now? He is like a attacked tiger or lion. Huh? He wanted to get even back on him. Then what he did, he grew a sacrificial fire, and then Draupadi Drishtadyumna came out of that. Then he took revenge against Dronacharya, correct now? So why I am saying this, our tone has to be very careful. I learned it over the years that we have to be very careful. We may sometimes not be in a good mood. When I am not in a good mood, it is not good to call the juniors and talk to them. First we have to, there's something called visualization. Like certain subordinates are tough nuts to deal with. So what you do, sit in your office, bolt the door, take a deep breath, pause, and then close your eyes and then pray to Lord and ask for good intelligence. If I tell this to this junior, he's going to oppose. If he opposes, what I can tell him? Everything you visualize it. Prepare yourself. And after preparing, if he says this, I will say that. And if he says that, I will say this. 2, 3 possibilities. And then you can call him. And you have to go over a period of time, help that fellow to become better. And don't make the relationships bitter. You want bitter or better? Yeah. And don't become like Angamaraj, don't drop and run away. That also we should not do. Because if we do that, then GBC, special master, they won't be happy. We have to handle responsibility and we have to improve. See, improving the other fellow, is it in your hands? Is it in your hands?
Yes.
No, it is in your hands. I'll tell you how. By your good behavior, you can influence others' behavior. Like I'll tell you how. See, when Suniti was approached by Dhruva, the way Suniti behaved, she changed 3 people's lives she changed. One is, she changed Dhruva's life. How? By preaching to Dhruva and sending him to Narada. Then he saw Vishnu. Then seeing her good behavior, Suruchi changed it. And then Suniti took Suruchi also in the same palanquin to the forest. And Dhruva offered obeisances to both Suruchima and Sunitiyama, for both of them. And then Uttanapad felt ashamed that such a good wife, she's like Sri Ratnam, we say, it's like a diamond-like wife. And I neglected her. And I became so attached to my beautiful wife. So he developed detachment. And he went for Vanaprastha to forest. So one Suniti changed 3 people. Can you imagine? Yeah. So by your behavior, you can influence others. Now it's only getting late. Another 5 minutes I can take and wind up. Okay. Yes, Mataji. Medhavini Mataji. Medhavini Sikhimaji. Go ahead. Thank you.
For example, personally, I have a very
someone they think that either I'm being arrogant or I'm being loud, because it comes with whatever I may have done in my past lives, the other paths that I've educated in. So, Prabhuji, and we also see that how much ever we try, it is very difficult to cross over that.
Yeah, yeah.
At least what I try to do. So, Prabhu, can you just help? How do we overcome these things? But we know that we have to be soft spoken. But then, even with my girls who are teenagers right now, generally they are, okay, now it's a time for me to become their friend. But my voice is such that even in my office days when I used to work and at home and even amongst devotees, sometimes there's misunderstanding because my tone
Yeah. See, Mataji,
a different picture.
yeah, I understand your point. There are two things. One is your speaking tone, another one is your expectation. Two things. So, when your expectations are very strong, say, I'll tell you one example, Say, you are asking some Mataji that, there is one very important service to be done and, I'm counting on you and then I hope you will do this service. And then she is saying that, no, my son is in 10th standard, daughter is in 12th standard, they need my moral support, I have to be with them. And like that when they tell and you may say, no, this service is very, very important, this was the pressure of Guru and Gauranga, I'm not asking for myself, and Prabhupada will please. So you are worried about your service and she is worried about her children. So sometimes your expectation may be so big that you are not unable to understand her mindset. So therefore there's a quality called empathy. Empathy means there is a difference between sympathy and empathy. First we should learn at least sympathy. Sympathy means you feel pity for the others. And empathy means you can understand the perspective of others. So begin with sympathy and learn empathy. So initially you feel pity for, oh really Mataji, your son and daughter are going for the exam. Sorry, I don't want to disturb you. I will look for someone else. If you say, then she will understand that you are very understanding devotee and good leader. She will think like that. And then you can ask her also, okay, if you can't do the service, can you suggest me somebody else? If you ask her, she may suggest also. Possibility is there. This is sympathy. And empathy means as soon as somebody speaks it, immediately you understand that, okay, this person is undergoing a tough time now. She has been a good devotee. All these years she has done so much service. But right now her situation is not good. So you tell her that, that's all right, Mataji, don't worry. You have been always available to me whenever I called you. In this particular period of time, you are a little busy. And this 1 year I will not trouble you because your children are in 10th and 12th. Let them complete their course and everything. Next year onwards, you can again resume your service. Then she will say, oh, this Mataji is so nice. She immediately understands. So it all begins with your expectation. And then your tone, raising your tone and speaking strongly comes from the expectation only. So to change the expectation, sympathy, empathy is required. Clear? Yeah. And thank you.
So service Prabhu, sometimes even in the philosophical discussions or when we have a different point of view, and we are discussing also, sometimes people, they just agree, so that end the conversation.
Yeah.
Because of the tone they have.
Yeah. See, one very good thing with you is you have understood your problem. Many people don't agree with the problem. You are agreeing at least that you need to improve. That means your 50% problem is solved already. The other 50% you have to work on learning the skill. I will suggest you one thing. There is one personality called Vraja Vihari Prabhu, who is the husband of Ananda Vrindavan Mataji, who is the president of Washington DC. Washington DC temple. Actually, I would suggest you that you can take some of his courses on communication skill and also how to deal with people with empathy. He is like a gold medalist in that. Actually, such an amazing devotee he is. We all learn from him only, many of us. You can tell him, Radheshyam Prabhu has specifically told me you can write to him. I will try to get his email address if I can. So he gives courses in India also he gives. When he recently gave last year, I sent out circular to hundreds of leaders in India. I told them that this personality, I learned personally from him, and then he is giving in India, you should learn. Very extraordinary devotee, the way he teaches. He has such a wit and humor. With such wit and humor, he will teach communication, how to do it. He will act out and show like a drama. One quick example I'll tell you. He says, one devotee wanted to sleep early on Ekadashi day. He was staying in one of the temple guest house. So it was a long dormitory. They had made this cardboard type of separation from and made multiple rooms. So he was staying, he was lying down. He thought, I'll sleep at 8, 8:30. Get up at 2:30, he was thinking. And then one music troupe came. And they went in the next room. They brought all these instruments. They are like kirtaniyas. And they were testing the instruments at 9 o'clock, 9:30, playing different instruments. And this was getting disturbed. So he was asking all of us, how will you express your disturbance that you are facing? Because you want to get up early in the morning. Different brahmacharis acted out and we had a good laughter. For that. One brahmachari said, hey, do you guys have common sense? You're making such a sound. I have to sleep now. Like that somebody said. And they made even bigger sounds. They said, we'll be making sounds till midnight. We are not going to sleep. And somebody else was telling that, I will tell them, hey, please stop the noise. I have to sleep. He said. Somebody was telling them. And then somebody else said, I will go to them personally to the next room and say, please, you may be music troupe and everything, whatever you wanted to do it in the morning because I am going to sleep now. You should not make any noise, like that they were saying. But finally what Prabhuji said, when you want to convey your problem to somebody, he said the right way of saying is, now, dear Prabhus, I am finding difficulty in getting sleep. And I have to sleep early because tomorrow is Ekadashi, I want to chant. And I appreciate that you all are musicians and I am also going to join your music presentation tomorrow evening. I am eagerly looking forward to it. At the same time, I am finding difficult to sleep. Please suggest me what I can do. Immediately the noise abated completely. They stopped. They didn't make any noise. They said, sorry, we are sorry. They said. So we have to respect the other people on one hand and appreciate what they are doing and express our difficulty to them. When I said that I am facing difficulty with this, I am unable to sleep. They feel pity for you when you say, when you have difficulty. When you say, hey, you crooked fellow, why are you making noise? Then they feel that you are criticizing them. They feel like that. So he will teach many things like that. They can join. Thank you. Sriyak Prabhu, one last question I'll take from you and we'll conclude. Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Oh, yes. I replied to your mail also yesterday.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. So I have a question.
Yeah.
The last point, all the thing mentally. So, bro, that you said the example that once newcomers require like a very diluted food, like breast milk, rather instead of curd. And you gave the example of some Prabhu trying to cultivate his masters. But Prabhu, I have a question. Like when, if suppose like a very senior devotee is coming to our temple, and then we have the new boys who we are cultivating. So sometimes it's a question in our mind: should we bring our new boys to the program? But then we have question.
Actually, you can bring new boys program. I will tell you why. Let them get a strong dose in the program, but you take care of all the malampati, everything after that. See, the boys don't have connection with the speaker. They have connection with you. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
When you bring them, some Maharaja is giving, say, His Holiness Bhakti Tir Damodar Maharaj is giving, or some Haladar Maharaj is coming, is giving. They may give one strong, actually the strong dose is required for the jiva to wake up also. But we are giving nice prasad and then your friendship is there. And what you can tell him, see, this Swami is a very advanced Swami. He travels across the globe. He speaks plain truth. He doesn't hide anything. He is very honestly he speaks. But, you can take up as much as you want, you can tell him. You can go at your pace. He is not telling you that you should chant 16 rounds today onwards. He didn't tell you personally. He may be telling in a public lecture. And personally what you need, that I will tell you. You don't have to worry. So either you can say, but one thing I'll tell you, going for such lectures is very helpful for, conditioned souls who are attached to many material things. So, but they will eventually learn that I have to give up this, it's not good for me. They know it, the heart of hearts they know it, but still it's painful because false ego is there. Many times they know that what the Swamiji is saying is correct, but it is painful because of false ego. But you are there as a good friend, so then they won't mind it. Even some devotees feared to bring people to Prabhupada, but whomever they brought to Prabhupada may speak strongly sometimes, and they become very powerful devotees. When Prabhupada met Ford, he asked, "Where is Henry Ford?" That's the first question he asked. Then our Alfred Ford, he said, I was shaken up when I heard the question. Henry Ford was such a big man, and so many millions of vehicles, billions of dollars he made, and he comes from a family like that. So he said that although I come from such a royal family, big family, money-making family, Vaishya family, big Vaishya family, but when Prabhupada asked, where is Henry Ford? That time I realized that he is no more there. He was here, he was great, he is gone now. Then Prabhupada told him, that's the nature of this world. People come, people stay, people flourish and they go away. So the body doesn't remain for a long time, it will perish. But the soul is connected to Krishna, so we should revive our Krishna consciousness. So that one meeting with Prabhupada made an impact on him. So we should take advantage of the impact. And then eventually we can take care of that individual, because such people don't come frequently, such big speakers. Occasionally they come, correct, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
All right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki. Jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Jai. His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu ki. Prabhu, a quick thank you note. Thank you for enlightening us last night and this morning, wonderfully explaining how we need to this let go. So
You remember the let go, L for?
leave go.
Yeah, what example you gave? I am the first one, no one can do without me, this kind of idea. And then E for?
Expectation free,
What example
which is
we gave?
detachment, like Pandavas. how
T
they
for?
are. E for think like a spectator.
What example you gave?
For
Drop of water in lotus leaf.
lotus
right?
leaf.
That example is Janaka Maharaj. Krishna, in that connection only he gives. Janaka Maharaj was like that. He was a king living in the midst of luxuries but unattached.
Yeah.
And then G,
Give credit to the God, like how everything is connected to Krishna. So understand that
what
root
example?
of
you gave?
it.
2 fingers opening
Door.
Correct, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
And own thing mentally,
Yes.
like tape recorder, how we need to
Yeah.
care and attachment, detachment.
And our friend asked a good question. What's your name?
Bala Prabhu.
Bala Prabhu. Very good question. That's a very meaningful question. Whenever we talk about not developing attachment, this is one question people will ask. Okay, instead of having and developing attachment, better not have it. Correct, no?
Yes.
That's a real art in this world. You have to possess it. You have to have those things and at the same time remain detached. You have to show to Krishna that I'm using everything in your service and I don't want to become attached. Then you go back to Godhead. Not by running away from those things. There was one king, his name was Kaushik. He did the same thing. He left everything and went to forest. Even after 6 months of wearing saffron, no, he was not satisfied. He was very much facing mind problem. So when the old Rishi was passing by, he called him and made him sit, and then he asked Rishi, why am I feeling, I left everything like you guys. I'm also wearing saffron, but I'm feeling so much mental disturbance. So the Rishi told him, actually Rishi knew who he was. But the Rishi asked him, who are you? You're asking me, who are you? Aapko malum nahi? I am King Kaushik, he said. He said, King Kaushik, who is King Kaushik? Purposely asked.
Yes.
And then he started speaking, I am King Kaushik, I had 1,000 elephants, 2,000 horses, and I had such a vast kingdom. I had this, I had that, I left everything and became Vanaprastha. Now I am in the forest now. What are you asking? Kisi ko bhi jaakar pucho, sabko malum hai. Everybody knows.
Purification is not.
After half an hour of speaking, he was breathing heavily, and the Rishi said, drink some water, relax. He said, this is the cause of your... See, you have given up your kingdom, but you are still...
Mentally attached.
They said, that's what he said. So, he said, your mind will be free when you possess things but not attached. So, we have to keep a watch on that always.
So chanting will help
Chanting
purify
also
our
helps to
desires.
purify. Plus, we have to also rationally also understand. We came with empty hands. We go with empty hands.
Yukta Vairagya.
Yukta Vairagya. It's a fact that we don't bring anything with us and we don't carry anything with us.
Yes.
Correct, no?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. We will show our gratitude by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Prabhu's well-being. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.